on me while I was pregnant. Where were you? You say you want to see the baby, but do the baby want to see you? She gon' stay with him like he got a roommate. You know we ride when we kill. She do have what she made. Except when we stay. I really hate.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Cap, and this here video, ladies and gentlemen, is a continuation from the very last video that I made on behalf of this here sick woman. I would say, to be honest, both her and her husband are sick, need serious mental therapy on behalf of how they pretended to not know, judging from what she said in the very first video. They pretended to not know they were any kin, only to end up having a kid by each other. And to make a long story short, and also in a nutshell, find out they actually are some kin, and to be very satisfied when having a kid, having that first ever kid together, and not just having that very first kid together, but having that very first ever kid together as blood siblings. I mean, how sick and crazy could an individual get? And like I said in the very first video, this is one reason why I feel like in the African American community, and specifically in the African American community, although you have other races and ethnicities to go as far as having kids with each other, even if not having kids by each other, having incest with one another. This is why, though, so many of our very own people in the African American community, once again, need to seek mental counseling due to how mental illness is such a big issue, and at the same breath, a taboo issue in the African American community. When that being said, and on that note, I'm going to show the fourth installment from the very first video, because in the very first video, everyone, I showed 3 different parts, 3 different installments pertaining to this sad and twisted story. So here it goes.
How I got pregnant by my brother. So that doctor's appointment that I went to, where the doctor was telling us all this stuff, my mom, who raised me, was there with me, because she stepped up to be like the baby daddy, because my baby daddy was in prison. So she was looking kind of shady at the appointment, but, you know, I waited till we left, and I was like, why was you acting kind of shady? Like, you know, you got something to tell me? Because that didn't make sense, and I needed to make sense. So she was like, I got something to tell you, but I don't know how you're going to take it, or if it really, truly mattered, because she was like, I never thought this would happen for it to be brought up. So she goes to tell me that I was adopted, but it's no information on the birth mom, because she was like an angel at the right place at the right time, like saving grace type situation. So that's how it went. So basically, my mom was a counselor for like the Fed. So my mom is like a counselor or whatever. So she do like where she go to the prisons and stuff and see like people who are claiming mental status and stuff, and she'll be like, yeah, they mental, or no, they playing, or this is a true patient.
And mental, just like yourself, both you and your very own blood brother.
And I'm here to counsel them while they're locked up. So my boyfriend's mom, real mom, biological mom, was in prison back in the day, like when he was a child. So when she went to prison, she was pregnant and didn't know. So when she got there, and of course time going by, she found out that she's pregnant and go from there. Now she already had kids, 2. She had 2, him and another girl. So she was like, she don't have nobody else that's she didn't have anybody else on the outside, in the outside world, free world, willing to take a child for her. And then on top of that, I truly don't believe she knew who her baby daddy was at the time too. So she just was like, I'ma just have the baby and we'll figure it out at the end. So y'all already know how, like, when you go to prison and shit, and you pregnant, they don't let you bond with the baby. No way. Like, as soon as you push the baby out, they taking it and peace, baby. You will see this baby when you get out, if that's what you want to do. So when they took her from me, she already had nowhere for me to go. So it was like, I'm gonna be in foster care. So remind you, my mom, she works at this, you know, she don't work at the prison, she like contract through the prison. So she just was like there during this moment when this happened, and she was like, I'll take the baby. I'll adopt the baby. So or nothing. So my mama ended up getting me. So that's how it was like a closed adoption, because it wasn't really an adoption. It was just like, you had a baby that don't nobody want, I'll take the baby. So it was like not legal, I guess. So she signed her rights and shit over, and that's how I didn't know that my mom was not my mom. And his mom is my mom. And I know that's a lot to process, because it was a lot for me to process, and having to explain it to him through like a prison phone was like even more of a process to just process. So, I mean, we ended up coming to like a consensus, like, hey, we done already did the worst. Like, we could just put that in the far back of our minds and just keep going, because like we had already been in an established relationship prior. Then we had a child that we wanted, you know. So, I mean, I don't really know what else there is to do but to be with him. So y'all all on here like, why you still with him? Why you still with him? What y'all want me to go get another baby daddy? Just because you got more than one baby daddy don't mean that I want more than one baby daddy. I don't look like the type of bitch to have two baby daddies. And yeah.
Now, in the very first video, for a whole lot of you who viewed the very first video, which I thank so much, I thank all of you, I'm trying to say, for taking out the time to listen to the whole video, the very first video pertaining to this crazy story. This here lady in the very first video, even for some of you who may not have viewed the very first video, tried all she could to justify how he's nothing wrong, nothing as far as coming from a disability standpoint wrong with the kid who she happened to have by her baby brother, which she claimed, her blood brother, who she claimed she got pregnant by accident, which to me is just a bunch of BS. And especially on behalf of the very first clip I showed in this here video. By the way, this here clip, part 4, is supposed to be the finale, as she would put it, the very last installment of this series. But I wouldn't be surprised if she may end up making a part 5, 6, 7, and so on, just to be able to get that many more views on TikTok. Because if you pay close attention, this here video itself, this here reel itself has over 5,000, close to 6,000 likes. And this just goes to show you how crazy so many other people are on behalf of all the people who took the time to like this video. And what makes it seem even more crazy is how over 2,000 people, 2,200, as you can see, chose to share the video on TikTok, the real, whatever you would like to call it, on behalf of TikTok. Anyways, and like always, before I end this video, and like I always have said in so many of my other videos, make sure you like, share, comment, last but not least, subscribe to the channel. And I'm out.